Giovanni Leoni to Liverpool. Here we go. Liverpool have secured their center back of the future in the young Italian. I'm going to break down everything about this kid, and I'm going to show you a little bit of maybe a comparison with the great Virgil van Dijk. Let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Giovanni Leoni is 6'5" tall. That's 196 centimeters. That is big. That is massive. This kid is built, and by the way, since he's only 18 years old, he might not be done growing. Honestly, this kid could get even taller, which is just crazy. 6'5". He is 18 years, almost 19 years old. And if you go watch this guy's kind of mixtape of his highlights, he is not some lengthy, like super skinny kid who gets pushed off the ball. He has strength. He has power. He's Italian, which for me always is like, man, not a lot of Italian players come into the Premier League and are an instant success. Actually, a lot of them fail, and a lot of them at Liverpool fail. So it's not a good track record for Italian players, but clearly our recruitment and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards think this kid has what it takes, and they're getting him in at a good price. I think it's 35 million euro to bring him in as the understudy to Virgil van Dijk. And I'm excited because I think he's got all the intangibles. Now we just got to train him up and get him into the Liverpool system. At 18 years old, so 17 and 18, he had 17 caps in Serie A last season. That's very good for an 18-year-old center back. And he scored a goal. So here's looking at you, Joe Gomez. This kid could come in and break your record right off the bat. So let's dive into some statistics, some hard data on Giovanni Leoni. Some of this is going to be a little concerning, guys, but I promise it's going to be okay. Now, I just need to admit something. About a week ago, I was looking up the stats for Leoni, and I was unimpressed. And I even went so far as to put a post out on X saying, I don't think Leoni's good enough, and he's Italian. That's 2 strikes against him. But I'm going to be an unbiased Liverpool fan. I'm not going to just say, oh, now that he's on Liverpool, he's a great player. Let me tell you why. No, let's look at the stats. This kid's not a perfect player. So first and foremost, these are his goal and assist statistics. Actually pretty good for center backs. He's actually a pretty good attacker. And, whether or not we need that, we don't really need that from our center back positions. But you can think about Virgil van Dijk has scored some crucial goals in his time at Liverpool. And so, having a 6'5" center back, if a 6'5" center back isn't scoring goals 2, 3, 4 a season from set pieces, from corners, I think that would be a little concerning. I think Leoni does have a little bit of nose for goal, and I think that's interesting. This might be the most concerning thing I'm seeing from Leoni, because if you look at Virgil van Dijk's stats now, different game plans, different styles, different formations, different managers. But Virgil van Dijk's passing statistics are some of the best in the world. Just green all the way down. Leoni, not so much. Now, that could be because maybe Parma didn't really play out of the back very much. Maybe they didn't rely on their center backs for passing. Who knows? I have not watched thousands of hours of Parma highlights, okay? But this would be concerning because this isn't just about volume. This is about completion percentage. So, a 92.6 completion percentage for medium passes, I think is pretty good. 91.4% for short, and then 61.4% pass completion for long passes is decent. It's better than average. So there are some concerns here, but this could just be a system thing. Maybe Parma just don't play out of the back and they don't rely on their center backs being a crucial part of the buildup. So I'm hoping it's that, but Leoni himself, I think this is an area of improvement, and I think when he gets into the Liverpool training, he's in and around the first team. I think these things could easily be fixed and trained. Okay, just some kind of random live ball, dead ball. He is, nothing in here. He can take throw-ins, I guess. That's great. Not much going on there. Here we go again. This is goal creating actions. So again, not really something that center backs should be going off the charts on. Nothing concerning here. He's not really getting into Palma's attack, and that's fine. We don't need a center back who's joining the attack regularly. Okay, here we go, guys. Defensive statistics. This is what you would want to see from your center back. So yes, lots of red on here, and I'm going to show you something. I'm actually going to show you side by side with Leone and Van Dijk and show you why this is not super concerning, okay? Because you've got tackles won, a lot, like his tackling statistics are very poor. Dribblers tackled, 0.38. That's in the 3rd percentile. That's awful. And then you see some green down there with blocks, shots blocked, passes blocked. That's good. Okay, let me show you side by side with Virgil van Dijk. Look at this. Am I concerned? Not really, because look at Virgil's statistics. They're awful, and we know how good Virgil van Dijk is. And especially last season, obviously wasn't Virgil's best season ever, but still very good, still one of the best defenders in Europe. And now you look at Leone, and you're like, well, that's actually not as bad. Who knows why the statistics look so bad for Van Dijk? Because honestly, I was a little shocked by that. But you see these side by side, and it's like, okay, Leone, maybe, he's not the perfect defender, but it's not the end of the world, okay? So I think that's helpful. Now, touches, how does he do with the ball at his feet? Well, lots of red here, which is, I think, okay. I think a lot of these things you can train out of a player, you can build up and improve on. I like the fact that he is very good in possession. So successful take on percentage, 100th percentile, the best. So he has, that's 100% successful. He has a successful take on rate of 100%. Now, he doesn't attempt very many. He's attempting one of those every 4 games, but that's a good sign. He is good. He is comfortable with the ball at his feet. He's not going to dribble through, 10 players, but if he needs to make a quick move out of the back to get it out, he's comfortable with that. That's great. Everything else on here, lots of red. I'm not concerned for an 18-year-old center back on those things. These are random statistics. I think they are telling, though. If you look at the red cards, yellow cards, red cards, second yellow cards, there is an amount of precision and discipline from this player, which is what you'd want to see in an 18-year-old center back. He's not going off. He's not getting sent off. He's not getting a ton of yellow cards, especially going from Serie A to the Prem. You're going to want a player in that position who's disciplined, who's controlled. And so I think those things are great. Aerials lost, look at that, 91st percentile. This guy is excellent in the air, as you would expect for a 6'5", well-built player. But he's very good in the air. He doesn't lose a lot of challenges in the air. And I'm excited, guys. I really am. I'd love to know what you think. Get your comments in below. Giovanni Leoni, come on the Reds, let's go.